What's going on YouTube? It's your boy LexThomas21 sitting here with my twin brother Myron. Say what's up to the people. Sitting here giving you guys another quick review. Well, I guess you could say it's a quick because it's probably going to be a long one. Sitting there doing a review for Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, starring Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, Ray Fiennes, Alan Rickman.
Yeah, a lot of people.
It's a lot. It's the big cast. This is where they bring everybody together for the major climax for this amazing franchise. And oh my God, say they really ended it on a solid note. Everything about both of these films, if you watch them back to back in one day, you will be satisfied with the entire franchise. I know I was. We watched the first part a couple days ago and watched the second part like the next day after that, and it was totally satisfying. I actually got kind of emotional after the fact, after watching it. Like, I got a lot of goosebumps, and when the music swelled up and everything at the end, it was just an amazing feeling watching all these films, you know, as we did. This is a spoiler alert, so if you never watched it, don't watch the video. If you did watch it, stay tuned. What we about to talk about. I say, if you don't care about spoilers, go ahead and watch it anyway. We got other reviews on my channel. Go ahead and check the playlist for my movie reviews. See all the other films that we have reviewed. This one starts off as Harry, Ron, and Hermione are going out to find these Horcruxes to finally kill Lord Voldemort. And we starts off with Harry. Somehow they have to find him to get to a safe house. The whole first part of this is crazy how they started off. Like, Hermione has to make her parents forget about her. Dursley has to move, and basically have to move Harry to the safe house. And everybody has, well, they pick 7 people to turn into Harry so they can be able not to find the real Harry to move into the safe zone. And I actually enjoyed that part. I remember I read that part of the book. I didn't think how they was going to do it in the film. And when I saw it, I'm like, that's very well done. The actor, Daniel Radcliffe, had to act out each part in that whole thing. He had to act out each part. And I think he did a swell job as well. All these actors has really shown... I'm really glad that we saw them grow up and they all turned out to be very great actors. I'm so happy, you know, that they didn't turn out to be, you know, any bad cases or any bad things happen to them or anything. They all turned out very well. They all have very successful careers ahead of them as well. Let's get into some more parts about this. A lot of people complain about them because they say they don't have enough action. But when we watched it again, I'm like, this has a good enough action in it. I mean, this is just the setup film for the part 2. That's when all the action happens. Like, there's a lot of big scenes, like the one scene where they have to go into the Ministry of Magic because they find out who has the locket. It finds out Dolores Umbridge has the locket. So that whole scene, they have to portray as other people to get inside the Ministry of Magic, because technically Harry is wanted. They want Harry, they want him. So he can't go in as himself, so they use the Polyjuice Potion to go against the 3 other people. What are the names again? I have no idea what the names were. I know one dude was like Arthur or something like that, and the whole crazy one was Ron had to be as another guy, and his wife was on trial as that she's not a wizard, but she has a wand or something like that. Yeah, it felt kind of like a heist type thing where they had to like infiltrate something. I like that scene. I like that part. Another scene, well, I guess you could say another scene was when Harry had to go to Godric's Hollow to find a person who might know where another item is. They have to defeat a Horcrux. So they go there and they find out it's not her, it's the lady snake. Died, and she's the snake. The snake posing as her. Yeah, that scene was really well done as well. One of my other favorite scenes of the film is where Ron is wearing the Horcrux and he's going through a lot of emotions with his family. He sees Harry and Hermione like interact a little bit. He gets a little jealous, and then he just goes off on Harry, and then he leaves and stuff. This movie has, the first part of the Deathly Hallows has a lot of things going for it. I really enjoyed it watching it again. When I first saw it, I was a little underwhelmed because I'm like, damn, I gotta wait for the second part. But watching it again and then watching the second part after that, it really helped me out as well. You got any other favorite parts you want to talk about? They get captured by, you know, the Snatchers. And stuff. That scene was very well done. They get taken to Draco's house, and you know, Harry has this mirror. He has his mirror piece. And he's looking. He's like, "Help me!" And Dobby comes, and Dobby helps him out, and they get him out of there. And this is the saddest part. Dobby actually dies, and it was the whole terrific scene was that he got him out. You know what I mean? He got him out, and they buried him the proper way. That had to be one of my favorite scenes too. Yeah, no, and it's a sad moment. I remember when I first read that. Because the chapter is called Dobby's Reward or something like that, and I didn't understand why the chapter was called that, because he ended up dying. And again, I'm like, oh, maybe he was rewarded because he was able to help Harry like he wanted to. He always wanted to help Harry Potter, and he found out he was able to help him. And he died in Harry's arms. That's what part that got me emotional, is that he died in Harry's arms. and that was his longtime friend. We had a lot of things set up at the end. Of course, it shows Voldemort gets the other one, and it ends on a cliffhanger right then and there. This film is directed by David Yates. He directed the rest of these Harry Potter films, and he did an amazing job. He knows this franchise. He knows what this franchise was about, and I love his direction. If I had to rate the film, I had to rate it an 8.5 out of 10. What would you rate it, bro?
I would rate it an 8.5. To me, it was a decent film to lead up to the next film.
I wouldn't say this is a standalone on its own. It's a first part to another part of another movie. Speaking of that, let's get into part 2. This is Deathly Hallows Part 2, starring the same cast, directed by the same person, and oh my god, dude, this movie starts off with a bang.
This is another spoiler alert.
This movie starts off with a bang. They go to this other safe house and they find out that the sword, or there's a fake sword in what's her name, Bellatrix Lestrange's vault, and they have to go inside because the Horcrux is in there. So they have to literally break into Gringotts, and that scene is very well done as well. They
find out where it's at, and there's a whole trick with Bellatrix Lestrange's safe. Like if anything touches, all multiply. Yeah. First they tell them they make a deal with one of the
goblins.
Yeah, one of the goblins at the place that you got to give them. We'll get you in here, but you got to give me the sword. 9 times out of 10, well, he didn't know that it's not gonna be his sword.
Exactly,
it's gonna disappear. It's not gonna be his. It's gonna disappear.
That scene was
whenever
well
somebody
done.
needs it, that's when it's gonna disappear.
That scene was very well done. I love that it ended with them riding off on the dragon. Like that scene was very good. And then it just jumps off where they go back to the castle, and then all hell breaks loose. They have to literally. I love the setup of them.
Getting everything ready,
getting the castle ready, getting everybody set up like
once you hear the music, you hear everybody just like panicking. Well, everybody would panic. Everybody getting in position. Like literally, you can see the whole transformation. All the kids is running around, and you can see Voldemort out of the castle, seeing what everybody's trying to do. And
yeah, I could say this was a very well. Very satisfying ending for this franchise. And this, if I had to say, this would be my favorite one next to Goblet of Fire. When you read the ending of this book, they really did pay the way from the book. Like they really did numbers it. There's some parts they didn't show, but I mean it's a film, they have to do so much. I think they only had a little bit of the time as well. This is the last one's the shortest movie out of all of them. So but it still does it justice. I mean there's a lot of things going on in this film,
and it's a lot of people dying.
Yeah, it's a lot of people are dying. A lot of people are doing a lot of things.
We got one of the twins dying. We got
Lupin and
his wife dying.
Yeah. A lot of people are dying. We have Snape.
Snape dies, and this is a lot of people dying.
If you're a real Potterhead, this is a very emotional film for this one. I mean, there's a lot of big scenes. I mean, I would say
the most person that died the worst would be Snape.
Yeah, I mean, his scene where Voldemort literally tells him, "I have to kill you to take the wand because it belonged to you," is a very emotional scene because he just literally kills him out of nowhere.
And there's a catch to this one. There's a catch to that one. If you watch this film, he says that he has to kill Snape. There's a whole catch to that. If you watch. What was that? The Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah.
The elderly wand was Dumbledore, but Snape wasn't the one that reflected the wand off of him. Dumbledore. He didn't disarm him.
I mean, my favorite scene in that one is where Harry goes to Dumbledore's office and get the piercing. I forgot what it's called.
His tears and stuff.
Yeah, and he looks into Snape's memories. Yeah, and that's an amazing scene. That whole man, that's an amazing.
And in this one, you actually see Snape. Actually, he's the good guy. He's the good guy through the whole thing. He just was in a mixed situation where Dumbledore put him in that situation where you have to get Voldemort's trust. So we ordered to figure everything out. To get everything out.
All right, this is basically it's basically just clean up everything where Harry finds the last two Horcruxes. It's the Ravenclaw diadem and it's the snake. He finds out those two are the one. But it's a catch. He's also found out that he is also Horcrux as well. So he literally has to sacrifice himself in order to basically finally defeat Voldemort. I love that scene where he finally walks into the forest and just finally sacrifices himself.
That was the whole montage was to tell Harry that he was a Horcrux. And that was the whole montage. He has to kill himself. he has to. Well, and Voldemort has to do it.
Yes, and I love that scene where Harry's walking in first. He just like he's
ready
dead
to
on.
die.
Like I have to do this, and this is what finally defeat him. Well, almost defeat him.
Tell him about the on the Deadly Hallows what all that that he had, like every single Deadly Hallows.
He had every
Deadly Hallows.
We didn't get to that. I mean, the Deadly Hallows is the Elder Wand, the Invisible Cloak, and the Resurrection Stone. Yeah. Harry literally had. Well,
he already had
two of them.
He already had the invisibility.
He didn't have the Elder Wand.
Well, not yet until the end. He had the Elder Wand.
Yeah, and
he had the Resurrection Stone,
and he had the Invincible Cloak.
Yep.
I mean I love that where you look at it at the end, like he had
every single
Deadly Hallows,
every single one. And the part where he dies, he has the Resurrection Stone because he technically can bring himself back to life. He don't die.
Yeah, I love that scene.
He don't die.
The scene where Voldemort goes to the where they
castle,
and he's like, Harry Potter's dead, and then everyone just like, no, they still have faith that even if he was dead, they still can fight him. And then Harry just wakes up.
That scene.
My one gripe with that scene is that you would think when he comes back to life, it will be music swelling. It was just so plop.
Yeah, but the way that if you would have watched the movie, he just like woke up and said, "Man, forget this," and flop out, and then you just see Voldemort like, "What the heck?" And he just starts slinging. He just start trying to get him, but he's running away.
Yeah, I like this.
that whole part was like
the main fight, the last fight between Harry and Voldemort. In the book, it was different. They fought in the Great Hall. In this one, they're going throughout the castle. I mean, there's the scene that in the trailer where he throws him off the cliff. Yeah. That's not in the book. They added that in there. I guess what they
that whole scene though was good because they had to get their connection. Like, I'm still here. Like, I'm willing to fight you. And he's willing to fight him. Like, he's one of the darkest wizards ever. And like, I'm Harry Potter. You know what I mean? I'm not no bitch.
I guess I know they had to make it feel more grand scale, and that's the point of doing it. I mean,
and plus they wanted to make but they probably wanted to make the scene a little bit longer than how the book was. You know what I mean?
And another favorite scene of mine is, of course, like there's a montage where Harry has to get to. I guess it's like where the boats come on to Hogwarts, and they're going throughout the castle, and like it's no dialogue, it's just music, and you just see everybody fighting. You see trolls, you see spiders, you see every wizard fighting every wizard.
That had to be one of the best scenes in the movie because you see like all these Hogwarts kids like fighting these Death Eaters, and Harry even told them and said, we have to get everybody ready. We have to get all these people ready. And literally everybody was fighting. Nobody was taking no for an answer. They didn't care.
Like I said,
to risk his life for Harry Potter.
David Yates directed as well. He did excellent direction. Also, the musical score for both of these films was amazing. Excellent. I love them. I used to have them on my soundtrack on my iPod. I listened to it a lot. There's times I could literally hum that music, and I know exactly what part I'm talking about. Like I said, all the actors did an amazing job in all these films. Of course, in the end, Harry does defeat Voldemort, and in the end, everything is all well. Find out that Harry was the one person that could use the apples the Elder Wand belonged to him, but in the end he destroys it because he doesn't want to have that power, and he knows that
deserves it. Anybody can try to kill him for that power because he has the Elder Wand. Everybody's gonna want that.
It's funny. Carolyn was like, "Man, I would have kept it and just hit it." And I'm like, "Nah, I mean, Harry's too much of a good person to keep something that powerful. Exactly. He would just destroy it." Exactly. I love the ending where they did that 19 years later. It was a lot of speculation thinking they was not gonna do that, but they did it. They filmed it with they had makeup on, like old makeup, but then I guess the way
they did it now, they still look the same. They just made them as an older aspect, like had them wear clothes, older clothes, change the hairstyle.
Yeah. I love that scene. I mean,
and you can see who's all together. You can see that Harry's with Jenny, Ron's with Hermione, and you see that they have kids as well. That's going off as their first year of Hogwarts.
Yeah, well, I think it's Harry's youngest son, his first year, and I think he has another son that's already there.
Okay.
I love that scene. At the end, just when the music plays the old theme that John Williams played. I'm
gonna give him a hand clap for that. It made me feel like this is the first Harry Potter, and he's seeing his kid when he was the first one going off the Hogwarts.
I love that scene. Then when the music swells up, and I get goosebumps every time I watch that scene. If I had to rate it, of course, I have to rate this a full 10 out of 10. It's just a perfect ending to an amazing franchise. 10 years standing, one of the best film franchises of all time. It will go into test of time as one of the greatest film fantasy franchises of all time. I would say check them out, man. If you like fantasy, if you like going like adventure films, watch these films. I was had an amazing time watching all these films, even as a little kid. Yeah, well, you ready to 10 too?
I rated a 10 too. I'm not even gonna lie, I rated a 10 too.
That's our review for Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please slap the like button. Please subscribe for more 2K, more GTA, more Uncharted, more other gameplay videos will be coming, more reviews. I'll probably be reviewing the Star Wars franchise with my boy Devontae. We have to do it soon because The Force Awakens comes out next month, almost less than a month away. So I have to get these.
I would say
exactly. I have to get these reviews out quick. So stay tuned for that. It's your boy LexThomas signing out, and I'm out in this one, you guys. Peace.
Peace.